Hey guys, so today I'm opening up the January 2018 ArtSnacks box. And if you're not familiar with ArtSnacks, it is a monthly subscription and you get a box this size if you have a regular subscription. They also have a premium, which is a much bigger box. But for this size, you can pay $24 monthly. You can get a 6-month subscription for $132, or you can do a year subscription for $240. So let's open this up and see what we got for the month of January. So you always get a little card like this that tells you about the items in your box. You get your little art snack candy each month, and you get your monthly ArtSnacks sticker with their logo on it, and your items wrapped in tissue. Now sometimes if the items are too big, if they don't all fit in the tissue, sometimes you'll have loose items, but it looks like this time everything fit in the green tissue. Now normally the tissue is green, but for special occasions, holidays, things like that, they do change it up some. So let's see. Oh wow, looks like we got a lot of good goodies here. So let's take these away and we will look at them one at a time. So first off, we got the Sakura SumoGrip mechanical pencil, and this guy is really thick. This is a thick mechanical pencil. They gave me 0.7. It's got it's got an eraser that twists out. I like that. I was about to say they gave me a little tiny short eraser, but look at this. I like the grip here. And you can see it's textured in a triangular shape on 3 sides, so it's good for you holding your pencil. Let's do a little bit of writing with it. It is a little cumbersome with it being so big. So this says, grab this hefty pencil for some powerful drawing. The Sakura SumoGrip mechanical pencil is designed for the ultimate comfort and function, featuring a triangular grip and jumbo twist eraser. Its oversized barrel allows for a relaxed grip, making lengthy sketching sessions enjoyable. Filled with 0.7mm lead, this tool produces crisp medium lines of consistent density. So I really like writing with it. The way the grip's designed though, you really have to hold the pencil a certain way, so when I rotate it or when it moves with me while I'm drawing, it kind of feels weird to hold it on the more pointed parts of the grip. So I don't know how you know, everybody holds their pencil differently when they draw, so this may or may not be an issue for you. You know, some people, I know I have a friend who, you know, gets down here and draws and basically holds the tip here. I had one friend who would actually write like this with his index finger up here and fingers down here, and would write like this. So I guess ultimately it just comes down to personal preference. It is listed at $4.98, so you could go find somewhere that carries them, check it out, see how you like holding it, or you could just take the chance and order one and test it out. So let's see what else we got. So we got 2 of these Aqua pen Graphix, and they're double tipped. So these are the Marabou Graphix Aqua pens. This is a staff favorite. Wet your palette this month with 2 Marabou Graphix Aqua pens. These felt tip watercolor pens are double-ended, featuring a fine contour tip and a large brush tip. The high-quality water-based pigment ink delivers brilliant color and works best on watercolor paper. After applying color, use a wet brush to spread it out. So let's see. Got a little piece of watercolor paper here. Alright, so let's test these out. So they feel really good. They write very smooth. Let's try the purple. So I got a little bleeding right there where I cross over onto the other colors. I was not really expecting that. Let's see what happens when we add water. So I was really expecting the purple to blend in with this pink, but it looks like right now the only color really reacting with the water is the pink. I was hoping these would blend together, but they're not. Let's try this. So as of right now, I'm not really impressed with these. It says after applying color, use a wet brush to spread it out. So I'm spreading it out, but the only color, let's try purple by itself. The only color that seems to be spreading is this pinkish color. Alright, so that's doing a little better. Let's try a little better looking flower petal. And let's fill this in here. Okay, so final thoughts. I am not really impressed with these at all. I don't like that. I feel they don't really interact very well because you've got this bleeding here when I try and use the colors together. I was a little bit more careful on this one when I was coloring, trying to not get the colors on top of each other because I don't like this bleeding here. I don't think it looks very nice. Not really sure what the staff likes about these. I don't know if they use them individually. Let's try this. I mean, that kind of does okay, but you really lose. I feel like when I use them together, you really lose the purple. When I used the purple alone, it really showed up a whole lot better. I feel like I really lose the purple when I try and blend them together. This one kind of did okay, but I kept them relatively separate when I was adding water. So final thoughts, I'm not really impressed with these guys. So let's move on. So it looks like we've got a pen, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name because I know I'm going to butcher it. It is a soft tip brush pen. Start the new year off with an amazing new pen. This pen is both great for lettering and drawing. Create controlled, precise strokes with the flexible brush tip. By changing the pressure, you can produce a variety of lines. The water-based pigmented ink is ideal for adding details and finishing touches to your work. So that means it should bleed if we get it wet. Yep. So again, make sure you are adding details. and finishing touches with this, because if you get it wet, it will ruin whatever you outlined or did with it. I really like the tip. It feels like it might be rubber. So it's nice and sturdy, but it manipulates really well. So I feel like I can press down hard and I don't have to worry that I'm going to dull or damage the tips. I really like this one. Alright, last but not least, we got a Uni Posca brush tip paint marker. So let's open this up. So this is a new product. Everyone's favorite paint marker now comes in brush form. The PCF 350 Brush Tip Paint Marker by Uni Posca contains opaque water-based pigment ink that writes on all surface types. This odorless ink dries quickly and will not bleed through paper. That's good. To use, shake the marker gently and pump the push button on its end to prime the ink into the brush nib. So I wonder if this, yep, this pops off and that pushes in. So let's shake it up. Alright, I've given it a good shake and we'll see if that was enough. So I'm going to push the tip. There we go. I really like that. I was expecting the brush to be a little bit more stiff, but it is actually like a real brush. So you can press the bristles down and spread them out. It doesn't stay in this point. I was expecting it to be, I guess, a little bit more like this one. It says it's a brush tip paint marker, so it's literally a brush tip. I love the color they sent me. I really like this. I'm just gonna try a little bit and see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens when it gets wet. So it looks like you can kind of go in with your paintbrush and paint with it too. I am adding a little bit of water. So it seems to kind of spread out very nice and still, you know, hold its color. Let's see if it's still not bleeding. Nope, still not going through the paper. So this is really good if you want to kind of go in and add a watercolor look to it. Let's try these that have been sitting here a few seconds and see if they'll still, yeah, they'll still bleed out too. So even this that's sitting here, this that looks like it's been sitting here a little longer, it's holding its line a lot better. So it looks like you could even maybe write something or draw something and then let it sit for a little while and then go back and add the water around it. And it seems to be holding, you know, very nicely. Now this is totally gone, but I added water to it pretty much as soon as I put it down. So I really like this. I like this guy. May have to check out some more of these. And I like too that they gave you a little lid to keep on here, so that keeps this from, you know, accidentally getting pushed or anything if you've got it stored, you know, somewhere where it might get squished or accidentally pressed. So I like that they sent us a lid. Alright guys, so that is everything in January's box. Final thoughts, I'm not really a fan of these, first impression. I don't think they interacted very well, and I'm not really impressed with how they handled with the water. So I'm not really much of a fan of these guys. I really like this pen they sent me. And I like the tip that it's nice and sturdy, but it still manipulates very well and moves with me when I'm writing. Also, this guy was a nice surprise. I was not expecting it to have like a literal brush tip. So keep that in mind, that when you get this and you first see it, it does hold its shape, but you can, you know, really, it does spread out and move and act like a real brush. And also we talked about, I really like the cap on the end. And I kind of have mixed feelings about the lead pencil. I love the eraser, how it twists out. That's probably my favorite part. I don't really need a chunky pencil to draw with, so that's not really a requirement for me. Also with the grip, you're kind of locked in on how you have to hold the pencil, so I don't know how you guys feel about that. But anyways, that is January. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.